everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio Podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined over distance by GR Dad.
Yes, hello.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Hi. Fine.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. The cocktail of the week this week was sent to us by friend of the squad, Christine, who forwarded it from Muller. She wrote a great account on Twitter.
Is it Malort?
No, it's a margarita with Dr. Pepper in it.
Oh, yeah. That sounds pretty good.
So you just make a straight up margarita and then you top it with Dr. Pepper, and it like comes through this YouTube video that Muller She Wrote shared. And the guy making it clearly knows how to make a cocktail. He makes a good classic margarita. And then he's like, I don't know about this. And he puts Dr. Pepper on it and he tastes it and he's like, damn, that tastes like a margarita. Went and got a PhD in partying. We unfortunately don't have any Dr. Pepper, so it's on the list to try. But maybe we all can try it together this week.
Want to hear a random statistic that is related to this information?
Mm-hmm.
According to one of the sole remaining sources of news that I have, wait, don't tell me. Dr. Pepper is now the number 2 selling soft drink in the United States, maybe in the world, behind Coke, but ahead of Pepsi.
Pepsi's gross, man.
Maybe it's because you can put it in margaritas. That would explain the boom. Pepsi is gross.
That's real bad.
If you have to shrug and apologetically say, is Pepsi okay?
Yeah.
Then it's not the best.
My first husband was a Pepsi fan.
Some people like Pepsi, but a lot more people apparently like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. And Coke. And yet Pepsi's everywhere. They have these like really aggressive, exclusive contracts. So like airports, I mean, the University of Maryland became a Pepsi campus like in the time I was there. And then we had to like get a special thing written into the contract apparently that said like faculty like me were allowed to bring our own Diet Coke to put in our own like mini fridges. Like just Coke was allowed to exist on campus.
But they were counted, and then you were like weighed as you left to make sure you were the one actually consuming it, and you weren't like giving your Diet Cokes to anyone else, like students.
I mean, that's not true, but like if I have like a little coffee hour or whatever, snack hour with my students, I'm not allowed to bring Coke products to it. It's crazy.
That's a mess. The fact that happens shows what a mess that drink is.
Yeah, like it must be way
our
cheaper.
Our economy is too.
You know? It's so terrible. Anyway.
Bleh.
All right, there you go. Margarita with Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, the number 2 soft drink.
The number 2 soft drink in the country / maybe world, unknown. It's time for Administrative Corner.
So you say. I love Administrative Corner, though, so I'm not going to complain too hard.
All right.
Maybe.
From friend of the squad, Christine, perhaps the same Christine who sent us the cocktail of the week, we have a brand new fish scandal. Fish scandal.
I love fish scandals. There is a limitless number of fish scandals. Where there are fish, there are humans, and where there are humans,
fisher people,
there are scandals.
All right, this is from the BBC. We're not at like the New York Post. We're not at like Sportsman's Weekly.
No,
the
BBC. Bass outlets, press. This is good. This is the real thing. Worldwide. Beep, 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 beep.
There you go. All right. So it's headline and then giant photo. That's all the first screen is. Now I'm gonna text this to you so you can kind of pull it up on your phone while I'm doing it, because the photo is important, and for everybody else I'm going to put it in the show notes so you can see it. But the headline is illegal fisherman caught hiding salmon up sleeve, and it is a picture of a fisherman walking on a trail, and he's got like his little jacket slung over his shoulder, and the picture is taken by some guy who's walking behind him, and in the sleeve of the jacket that's just slung over his shoulder is a very large fish, and the whole head and neck
clearly a salmon
is hanging out, like from the gills down.
Yep.
The fish fully takes up the sleeve. That sleeve is tight around it, like a sausage. But it wasn't tight enough because the head has come out of the end of the sleeve.
The fish looks not happy to be stuck in that sleeve.
It's dead. The fish is dead.
I don't know. He looks angry.
All right, he's not in water.
The the natural resources person must have been following the dude and taken the picture and then taken action, because this photo is like a candid from behind.
If you see the credit in the lower right is Natural Resources Wales.
Yeah, this is evidence right here. This is caught him salmon-handed.
An angler has been ordered to pay more than £2,500 after, quote, handling salmon under suspicious circumstances and being caught with a 79 centimeter, which is 31-inch fish sticking out of his sleeve. Stephen Samuel, 64, was spotted by an angling club member catching and taking the salmon from their fishery on the river Tifi. How would you say it? Tifi?
I don't know.
Tifi. Tell me.
Our dogs are Tifi.
Welsh people. All right. Somebody tell me how to say that. In West Wales, after using illegal tackle, another angler confronted Samuel, who was trying to slip away while hiding his catch, only for the fish's head to be seen protruding from the arm of a coat slung over his shoulder. Environment Body Natural Resources Wales and RW said people like Samuel, quote, jeopardize the future sustainability of our rivers. And RW said one of its officers cornered Samuel from, oh, Jesus Christ. All right. The name of this place is spelled, you ready?
Landessul.
No, listen.
Wait. Oh,
I'm going to read it to you. CWMAVON.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce CWM?
Probably crumpet.
You guys, what the
Crown.
heck? Oh, Jesus, I'm like reading ahead.
Quamaven.
There's it.
Quamaven. Which has got to be wrong. Sounding it out is not the way to do this.
All right. Well,
Landessul. That sounds too Norwegian, though. Landes. Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Wales is hard.
This is ridiculous.
Walesian is hard.
All right. What? Hang on. It's saying it to me, and it's like Kimavan.
It's in Port Talbot. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, somebody's gonna have to tell me how to say this, and then I thought I'd be done. So let's say it's Kimavan, which is not right. Port Talbot and then it's like Landessul, except there's a slash through the last L. LLANDYSU/EL. How do you pronounce a slashy L? Do you say that double L at the beginning like a Y, like in Spanish?
Well,
all right.
I'm not Walesian. I got a cool flag, though.
Somebody from Wales, you owe me a lot of explanations. All right. Anyway, this one of the NRW resources, we don't care where he's from, cornered this guy.
Port Talbot.
Yeah, there you go. Port Talbot. And found the salmon stuffed up the sleeve. Samuel admitted under caution, both knowing it was illegal to keep salmon caught in Welsh rivers and about a ban on using treble hooks on spinning baits and barbed hooks on migratory fish like salmon and sea trout.
This is very technical.
Gotta know these rules. Samuel said he thought the fish was actually a sea trout, but also admitted knowing that knowing the species, if over 60 centimeters in length, must be returned to the river. So he's like, I didn't realize it was a salmon. I thought it was a sea trout. But yes, I also know I would have to have thrown it back if it was a sea trout. He deliberately used a large spinning bait with a barbed treble hook, and when the fish was examined by the officer, the lure was still lodged deep in its throat and gill rackers. While trying to dislodge the barbed hook, Samuel caused severe blood loss and gill damage, killing the fish.
You know, I think anglers don't like this. This is not resource protection.
Samuel appeared at we're not going to say where, magistrate's court on July 12th, where he admitted 3 offenses of breaching compulsory catch and release of salmon laws and handling salmon under suspicious circumstances. That's a great charge.
2,000 pounds is serious business. I think it's $4,000.
He had to pay 621 pounds, which was reduced to 414 for the guilty because he pled guilty. And he was ordered to pay NRW costs of 2,000 pounds and a victim surcharge of 166. In addition, magistrates authorized a confiscation order for all of the fishing tackle he used for the illegal catch. Handling salmon under suspicious circumstances law is enshrined in Section 32 of the Salmon Act of 1986. A 5-hour House of Lords debate about the issue, I love this background, in February 1986 decided the wording, quote, would protect unwitting people from the then in place wider law of possessing salmon which have been illegally taken, killed, or landed.
Suspicious circumstances. Sticking it in the sleeve and trying to hide it.
And then I'd like to thank the police, dive-fed Powies. That's not how you say that. Dive-fed Powies police for their continued assistance. All right, people of Wales. I'm sure there's probably other people in the United Kingdom who know how to say this stuff, but this is utterly baffling to me as an American. I have no idea what those words are even vaguely supposed to sound like. Those are, you could just put in like little drawings instead of those letters, because those letters are not pronounced.
Hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs, like a little bird. That's CWM. Just put like C, little bird, hieroglyph M. I would be just as capable of pronouncing it.
Just putting like umlauts and slashes and.
I know how to handle an umlaut. I can handle the little circle over the A. Like, I get how to modify vowels, but W's not a vowel.
They just, sometimes it is.
L with a slash is not. No. All right. Anyway, thank you, Christine. And a few other people did send it, but I always try, like the first person who sends these things, when I put them on the list, I try to name them. So please send me all the fish scandals. Okay. Item 2 on Administrative Corner.
Oh, good. I have one too. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Good. Is that Vink ended up in the Oakland A's schedule hype video? It's like the
I think
Oakland
we
A's,
have a friend of the squad in the Oakland A's.
but I don't know who it is. They didn't tell me about it. Yeah. So the Oakland A's put out like a hype video for their schedule for next year, or maybe the rest of this year. Anyway, hype video schedule, and Vink's in it. She's on the cover of the Pierce Bond, and like their mascot goes into a bookstore and like reaches onto the shelf and picks Vink.
That's why I think it's a friend of the squad. It's like the mascot has to go buy a book, and let's make it a Vink book.
Yeah, it could be someone at the bookstore was like, "Here, this is the book you should pick." I don't know.
Pretty cool.
If you were responsible for it, let me know, because it was quite a thrill to see.
It was.
A bunch of people.
The whole video much better.
Yeah, the video came out, and then a bunch of people were like, "It's Vink." Bang!
You're in the Oakland A's video, bang.
Pretty cool.
Just another
all right,
predicament that she didn't plan.
I mean, Vink, yeah, she lives on.
Yeah.
What's your other Administrative Corner?
Oh, people keep sending us lids for Wunderback bottles.
Have you counted them yet?
No, but someone sent me. I mean, people have been sending me bags and baglets and stuff, and that's very much appreciated. It saves my stomach lining from ulcerating. So thank you. But someone sent me 5, which I almost appreciate more, because I think that was real effort. I think
they were like taped onto a little.
The people who send
card.
250 might have a source, but someone who sent me 5 drank 5 bottles. I am convinced. So that's pretty cool.
That's right. That's
awesome.
Cool.
There's love in those 5.
We're Wunderback influencers. On that note, I'll add this sub item, which I meant to put in Administrative Corner. Does this go in Administrative Corner? Who knows? There's a Malort 5K in Chicago, which we found. Unfortunately, we're recording on July 21st. It's July 20th, and we found out on July 20th. And if I had known on like July 19th, I 100% would have flown to Chicago to run the Malort 5K. We're absolutely going to do it next year. The race is you do a shot of Malort, you run 3 miles, and then you do another shot of Malort before you finish.
It's actually pretty mild on the Malort. I mean, that's a pretty light touch Malort.
You get a Malort t-shirt, you get a Malort medal.
Oh, Malort medal. You
There's
are
a medal. medal.
You can be bought with medals. That is a real thing. Yeah.
I can't. Ultramarathons have sort of ruined me on it because ultramarathons have terrible medals.
Oh, they're like wood.
Yeah, it's like laser engraved wood, or it's sometimes like 3D printed. Like, because they're small races, right? So like, it's always like some person crafts the medals. Like a crafty person is like, I'll make your 25 medals for like the idiots that are running your 100K.
It's intimate and it's done with care and love. But man, when we ran that rock and roll marathon series, they would give you like medals that were about 7 pounds.
Yeah.
They were just clangy metal, just bricks.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And then I go run 100 miles, and I think that one actually is like balsa wood. Like,
and you're
laser,
lucky to get a belt buckle, right? That is the highest.
I did get the belt buckle.
The best and highest prize in an ultramarathon is a belt buckle. That is really cool.
Got to run 100 miles to get one of those. If they give you one, like if you're on 100K and you get a belt buckle, like give it back because it's kind of embarrassing. Like it's not for that, right? The belt buckle's for 100 miles only.
Yeah, keep your pants up.
Yeah. I mean, people wear theirs. I don't have a belt that goes with a belt buckle. I don't wear belts, but I could. But there are people who definitely wear theirs.
Yeah. Make it into like a heavy nose ring or something.
Anyway, Malort 5K in Chicago, 2025, whatever, third weekend of June, I guess. Keep your eyes out. You and I will definitely be there. Do shots with us at 8 a.m.
They're just, 2 shots is again, this is not a frat putting it on because they do a shot every mile or something. This is like, this is fine. This is fine.
They said first place wins a bottle of Malort and last place wins 2 bottles of Malort.
Last place has to drink the bottle of Malort.
I'd happily come in last place.
They
and get 2 bottles
lean
of
so
Malort.
hard into the fact that it tastes terrible. It's just a complete reverse psychology marketing campaign by those guys.
I like it. I like the Malort.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. I mean, I'm still loyal to Malort. I'm just adding Underberg.
Oh, I understand. Just you talking about Underberg. Yeah, you talking about Underberg reminded me that we had another booze-related item that was worth mentioning.
Yes, no, Malort is a
5K.
Good standby. Yes, we gotta keep the people updated on the world of Malort.
Indeed. All right, it's time for dog updates, which is allegedly the purpose of this podcast.
Dogs. Do you want to go big to small or small to big or old to young or colors or how you want to
we don't have that many updates, do we?
We got
I gotta say, I was gone for most of the week, so traveling for work.
A ton of updates.
Ella has a UTI. That's the most recent update.
That was my update.
Yeah, give it. I don't
Guess
have
what she weighs.
What is she? 16.
14. That's
14.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, she was wet, so maybe, she's smaller. No, 14. Yes, and now she still has an UTI, but now she has antibiotics, and now she has meloxicam to reduce the burning.
Poor girl.
I know, but she's
UTIs
sleeping
suck.
Peacefully now. UTIs do suck. So if you see your dog frantically, and we have had male dogs who've had these, actually
Brody
almost
used to get them
more.
all the time.
Yeah, Brody, but Remy had one, or we got him on a credit.
It's really common in diabetics because their sugar in their urine is high, and then it feeds the bacteria.
I mean, I don't have to explain what a UTI is to 50% of the world. Probably
the ladies
more
know.
Of our audience.
Oh yeah, our audience is like 80% female.
But I saw her like peeing 3 or 4 times in 5 minutes outside and not much coming out, and she was just very uncomfortable, and I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah. So
I chased her around, got a urine sample.
Good job.
Yeah, brought that to the vet. Waited a while because it was a sad day. I mean, it's emergency day at the vet, so
yeah.
Dr. Faith was saying if she has to do one more, she has done CPR on tons of dogs this week. It's been a bad week.
Oh my God.
She's like, if I have to do CPR one more time, I'm calling my husband. who's also a vet, actually, but he's not on
Yes,
duty.
he works there.
She does 40-hour shifts when it's emergency. That's a long time. That's more than one day. Just
it is substantially.
That's
substantially
my estimate.
More than a day.
She's like a firefighter, man. That's tough.
Yeah. So that was today's update. I would just like to go on record saying that I did not, up until like the last couple weeks, believe in reincarnation or any of that. And now I'm pretty like 90% that Ella is Voods, reincarnated Voods.
Holy man. You anywhere near a tin can, she tries to eat it. Mm-hmm. Not just a little. A lot.
Yeah. You can be drinking it and she'll try to eat it. But she's got up. She's like pulling plants off of shelves.
At the vet's office, she was eating a steel girder. She was trying to eat the steel support for the operating table. Again, not just casually, but seriously, like making it a real task to chomp through that thing. She's very serious. She's eating toilet paper once she gets a little taller.
Woods is back, baby.
She eats every plant we have.
Yeah.
She digs up plants. She tries to eat the conch shells that we have lying around. She's been trying to get
Woods used to do. He used to scrape his teeth on those.
Totally. It's a complete because it's Voods, but not on heavy medication, so she'll be really fast. She's like a fast zombie. She be super fast.
That's right. She might be trainable, though. Voods was not trainable.
No, he had a strong will. She might have a strong will, too.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
She loves to hang out under the car and do her mischief or under the bed. You just hear weird noises coming from under things, and it's her sneaking stuff. She's very good at this.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Ugh, so much mischief.
She swam today a little bit.
What?
She swam a little bit today.
Yeah, I took her out and she got herself in. Like went down little steps.
Yeah.
Put her little feet in tentatively. Kind of swam a little bit under the dock and then came back out the other side. Did she swim for you?
Yeah, well, she kind of fell in and then she swam back to the dock. It was high tide, so she couldn't stand.
Yeah.
So her head was just a little bit above water.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went to the dock. I mean, she's smart enough to just go to the dock and walk herself out.
Yeah, she'll figure it out.
She's
not scared of it.
She didn't love it. She didn't immediately go back in. She was like, maybe I'll just do some zoomy somewhere.
But when I had her, she took herself into the water. Like, I didn't put her there.
Yeah.
She went down the little steps and cut into the rocks.
She has no fear of anything.
Seems to be true. Yeah.
She also of heights, which scares me a lot.
She's going to be the one who yeets herself off the back porch?
She can't get off the back porch. Get out of here.
Just saying.
No, there's wires. We have railings.
She's small.
She can't fit through there.
She'll chew through one of those.
Oh, she
like
has
Shawshank
tried.
Redemption style.
She has tried. You've seen her chewing on those cables.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, tell me other dog updates. Those are the ones I had.
No, that's about it. That's all I got.
Everybody else is doing good.
Everyone else is doing fine. Brody continues to get slightly pink, and it's a bit of a mystery, but we'll just let it go.
Yeah, he's fine.
Pink. Jen, pink.
It's time for Taste of the Keys.
Yep.
Hemingway days this week. We went to the running of the bulls yesterday. They're fake bulls on wheels and a bunch of Hemingway imitators. Lookalikes.
Imitators. Yes.
Impersonators. That's the word I wanted.
Lookalikes is a really good word for it. The Papas. Yeah, running of the Papas.
It's called the running of the bulls. You do call it the running of the Hemingways a lot, but it's not.
I think people use all sorts of terms.
People do.
People do.
Anyway, we went to it and it was a fun time as always. You walk around the block. So you go there and like in the hour before they have like the fake bulls. And I mean, they're extremely fake.
I mean, it's just a bull's head on a trolley.
Yeah, and
there's some
it's
back,
not three-dimensional. It's like somebody cut it out of a piece of plywood. I mean, slightly thicker than a piece of plywood.
They're varied, I guess, right? They probably have accreted over the years, but some are better than others.
Yeah, but they're not realistic bulls. They're very flat.
No, they're not hobby horses, but they're not much better.
Yeah, that's right. And so you can go take pictures with the Hemingways and the bulls and then they have the actual running of the bulls where just everybody lines up, and most people dress in white with like red, bandanas or sashes, just like they would in Spain.
All the Hemingways are wearing red berets, and most of them have a white beard because it's that period of Hemingway.
Yeah, it's all old
not
Hemingway.
Young Hemingway. It's old Hemingway or medium age Hemingway.
Yeah, and red bandanas around the neck.
Yep,
or the waist. But all the people who come, most of them dress like that too. I had a white dress with like a red, sash around the waist.
Yeah. I guess the style is the running of the bulls.
Yeah, and then we all kind of get behind the Hemingways, and then you walk around the block. You start at Sloppy Joe's bar, and you just walk around the block and come back.
There are a lot of quote unquote parades like this in Key West, where it's just people walking down the street. It's cool.
Now, we did this previously, and there's a route that it takes.
I love
and this year, it's like 15-ish minutes before the actual running of the bulls. And the announcer guy for the event gets on his little microphone, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, there's a tree down on the route, and it is covered in bees. So we're changing the route, and we're going to go basically like the other way around the block, different block." And like 5 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the course has changed for bees."
He was very excited about the bees.
And I'm like, bees.
He totally did the Oprah bees thing.
Yeah, we all knew where he was going with it. It was very funny.
He was very pleased. And we were all spared the bees.
Yeah.
And then later I saw an Instagram post about the bees tree.
Yeah, I should have gone and taken a picture of the bees. But missed opportunity. So there you go. That was very Taste of the Keys this week. Hemingway Festival. It is.
Yeah, and then they pick one winner who I guess looks most like Hemingway that year.
Yes, that's in the evening, right? The running of the bulls
right.
in the afternoon, and then there's the actual contest in the evening.
Yep, and it doesn't seem to involve much more than being there.
To be fair, we didn't go, so it could be real complicated. I don't know.
Was there a Facebook Live?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, probably Sloppy Joe's did have. I think they did. Now that you say that, yes, I think Sloppy Joe's had a live.
Key West runs on Facebook still.
It sure does, man.
Yeah.
All right,
than
Ingo.
Anything.
Now it's time for German Word of the Week. You're getting boring. Save it for Ingo Corner.
Boring.
Yep.
Boring.
Yep. Save it for Ingo Corner.
I'm
Tell me the German Word of the Week.
A vote at some point, and we'll see if you get overruled on your boringness, or if you're just a boring person.
This is
there
also
are no
boring
Ingos. There are only boring. What? The German word of the week. If I'm allowed to get it out,
I keep
Jen.
asking.
Again, if I'm allowed to speak, is Doppelmoral.
Double morale.
Double morality. Hypocrisy.
Oh.
Having one set of morals for one thing, and then all of a sudden having a completely different set for something else. Doppelmoral.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, having like a parallel set of morals. It's not good. It's not considered a good thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No, it's bad.
Okay. Now it's time for Ingo Corner, so you can continue. I won't tell you anything's boring. You can say whatever you want. So go ahead about the Hemingways in the Facebook in Key West.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Woo!
Man. I'm just going to say, puppies, man. We got a lot going on in the house.
Yes, we do.
There's a lot of chompies.
Yep.
Running around.
Yep.
Being weird. But everyone seems to be having a good time. And now when they're sleeping, they're great and low maintenance.
Perfect when they're unconscious.
Wish it happened more.
Anything else?
They're good dogs. No, I got nothing. Oh, thanks for everyone for sending me bottle caps and nice things and a Brillo t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, the Brillo t-shirt's cool.
That was good.
Yeah, in honor of Guac's consumption of the Brillo
pad. I don't have to buy clothes anymore. Everyone just sends me stuff. It's great. Kind of like Laz at the Barkley Marathons.
Indeed.
If you make the entry fee a shirt, you don't have to buy shirts anymore.
That's true.
Yep. I'm good.
All right, everyone.
Thanks to everyone.
Thanks for listening. And until next time, Slava Ukraini. And don't put anyone unless they ask you to.
That's right.
Bye.
Why don't we tell our dogs that?
Try it. See if it works.
I don't ask to be bitten in the ankles.
I mean, tell her. Be like, hey, don't put anyone unless they ask you to. Okay, don't. I mean, there's a whole saying about that, so.
All
right. Bye.
Oh, bye. Were we still on?